As it stands, Fernandinho's contract expires at the end of the season. Can you bring us up to speed on where you are with extending that?
No, it's a cheeky issue. It's not my issue.
But you'd like him to stay, I would imagine, next year, would you?
Of course.
And you're confident that will happen?
A lot. I'm so confident and so delighted about these 3 years and a half together.
Pep, Fred Caldeira, Esporte Interativo Brasil. Back to Fernandinho, specifically about the season, what he has shown that convinced you that he can stay longer in this club?
No, he had not to convince me to stay longer. He convinced me the day one, 3 years and a half before, when we started to work together. So he doesn't do anything special to convince me. It's just the age, his desire, how he's going to finish the season, and many things. But I know he knows exactly the opinion that we have about what he has done in this club for many years. He's one of the greatest players this club had in his whole history.
This year in the Premier League, you've already lost more games by this point than you have in either of the previous 2 seasons. Yet you've scored more goals than everyone else this year as well. I know you've spoken a lot about not being clinical enough. I mean, is that the only problem? There's been other issues, or how do you see it?
No, the game was the way we played. It was quite similar, and of course we lost games, maybe more than expected. But after 2 seasons winning, it's normal that can happen. But in general, the way we played was good.
Pep, Simon Stone, BBC. There's some pictures being posted by the club, I think, about F.A Laporte on the grass. How is he, and how far away is he from being?
Yesterday, it was the first time we trained with the team 15 minutes. Some part of the training with us today again, and the rest individually, and he's getting better. He feels good, and he's, I think next week he will complete all the training sessions with us.
In your mind, do you have a point where he's likely to be available for selection again?
I don't know. Yeah, a little bit. You think about it, will be these days in these games, but I think he will dictate. Depends on how we see him, how he feels. We cannot forget he was 4 months or more than 4 months out, and it's his time. It's not now. He's okay training with us. The day after can play 90 minutes. So everything needs his process. But the important, he didn't make a step back during these 4 or 5 months. The same case as Leroy, and that's good, really good, and incredible. Grateful for the physios and especially the guys who were with him this time.
And Port Vale, League 2 side, 10th in the table in League 2. They'll have 8,000 supporters with them. It's a big day. I'm sure you've done your homework on them. How do you assess the way they are, the way they play, and what do you expect them to do at the Etihad?
Will be more than welcome. It's nice. That's why this country is the best, because play, one team, 8,000 people come here. Just can happen in, I would say, here, and important, all the competitions or the leagues is always how they support their own clubs, and try to I see few this afternoon. I will spend more time to see them, and tomorrow going to decide the team and the way we're going to play.
Pep, how do you approach cup ties like this against opposition who perhaps come to the Etihad with nothing to lose?
Oh, sorry.
How do you approach games like tomorrow's with teams that come to
No,
the
it's
Etihad
no-cut
with
game.
nothing to lose?
No-cut game, and everything can happen. Of course, we play at home. It's a little advantage, especially in this schedule that is with incredible amount of games. To don't travel and play at home is a big advantage.
Do you think that the cup competitions that you're still in will help keep your side focused this season?
We were focused in the previous seasons too. It would not be possible to win 2 Carabaos in a row, or the cup last season. We were not focused in the cups and the Premier League and so on. I said many times, we try to play every game seriously and give a lot of importance, no matter the competition we are playing.
So it doesn't change mentally if your side are not perhaps looking like they're going to achieve the goal that you set out to, that doesn't change the mentality in the players?
I think the mentality, when you see the last, for example, 3 games in the toughest periods of the season, against Wolves, against Sheffield, and the last one was more than better.